Scope of data. Scope of the data can be studied from the following points of view. A. Utility of data. B. Size of data. C. Period of data. Let's discuss these in detail. Utility of data. Data have great utility as their use in the growth of knowledge. No research, investigation, experiment, etc. is possible without reference to data already existing. Nor does any research end without generating new data. No decision-making system can work, nor can a problem be solved without adequate use of data. No planning is conceivable without enough data. For want of sufficient data, research results or conclusion drawn from an inquiry are automatically rendered untenable. Data also alters concepts and removes uncertainty. Data, then, are indispensable in research and in planning and decision making. Data is equally important in tourism so as to understand the emerging trends of tourist flow. Tourism planning and strategic planning by tourism organization to carry on their business. It is also used for future projections. Size of data. Size of the data involves the coverage of the subject under study, data elements, and data population covering documents, data banks, and field survey methods, questionnaire, interview, observations, etc. In science, what already exists is in the form of data. According to an ASLIB, Association of Special Libraries and Information Bureaus, statement, scientific data include the properties and attributes of an individual entity, the values of one property over many entities, variations of one property of one entity under different conditions, classification of entities based on properties, and quantitative relations between two or more entities. There are equations and formulate properties and values, actions and reactions and conditions and variations. All these, when stated, form data. There also exist numerous data banks, for example, Chemical Formulary and British Pharmacopoeia. The scope of data in science is thus very vast. All governments are involved in socio-economic upliftment. Most applied research all over the world, therefore, is being conducted nowadays at the behest of the state. Every government has established its own data system for collecting and organizing data in their respective fields. For example, Indian Meteorological Department, Survey of India, Indian Statistical Organization, National Sample Survey, Census of India, Tourism Statistics, and several others. Governments cannot frame policies and formulate plans unless large amounts of data are available as a basis. This explains the establishment of National Informatics Center. There also exist international bodies like International Monetary Fund, International Labour Organization, World Tourism Organization, and scores of others. UN agencies collect and organize data as an indispensable aid in policy research. Management and administrative data called operational data are gathered by institutions, either public or private, national or international, in the performance of their functions. No worthwhile socio-economic program nor pure economic planning is possible without a supportive data system. Thus, data are pervasive in all human endeavor in all fields of knowledge. Period of data. Data collection for any research problem must indicate the time span. It should be clearly stated whether data period is current or cumulative. In science, the interpretations and conclusions are mainly drawn keeping in view the whole text of the subject. In social science and humanities, however, the cumulative period is not taken into account for data collection. Tourism department also uses a vast amount of data to keep track of changes and emerging trends. The foreign exchange is also calculated from data. It is seen that there exists no field of knowledge, no human activity where data can be dispensable. All investigations begin and end with data. In intellectual pursuits, data are all pervasive, only their nature varies with the event. Thank you for listening this session. For more video like this, please subscribe to Suryanshi Learning Classes.